talking with Volker Wage. I'm correct?
Yes.
And you were a psychology student, but then you decide to change your path. Can you tell us something about that?
Oh, that was... I studied psychology because I love the subject, but at the time it wasn't necessarily getting me the kind of job that I wanted to have. I didn't want to be a psychiatrist. I wanted to be actually already doing advertising and media psychology, but in the 1980s it didn't exist yet. So I had to change my plans.
Did that psychology knowledge helped you in marketing?
Absolutely.
In which way?
Knowing more about people is always making it easier to communicate for them or with them. So most of communication, communication is a very big subject in psychology, and how communication works and how emotions play a role and everything. And so since we are doing communication and it's a lot about emotions in advertising, I think it's very helpful, always. Yes.
Everyone is talking about influencer marketing, but hardly anyone knows what that actually means. Can you tell us something?
Yeah, I think most people make the mistake of thinking that somebody that has a big followership is an influencer by definition. And I keep saying that a celebrity is not an influencer, and that there is a big difference between these two. An influencer actually is someone that is creating relevant and qualitatively high, valuable content on a specific subject for a target group that is very passionate about this subject. And that's why that person has a big followership and a lot of influence. So to me, it's always related to the kind of content and a specific subject and the passion that is related to this one subject. And then it is influencer marketing if I use that person's influence towards these special people that I want to talk to. And create a connection there.
Okay, today here at Kaktus Festival we talked about influencer marketing, your workshop, but what is the secret of successful influencer? Why are they so special?
Well, again, we need to make a kind of a difference between the influencers that have these millions of followers and what I call the real influencers. Because most of the influencers that have this huge followership, like for example, Kim Kardashian, people think she's an influencer because she has a huge digital followership. I think she's not an influencer, she's just a celebrity, and that's the reason why she has followers. I think a successful influencer is someone that is really good at creating valuable information about a certain subject. That is what gains followership. If I am very, very passionate about coffee, and I know a lot about coffee, and I can relate this knowledge in an interesting and entertaining way to other people who are also interested in coffee, then I will get followers. That's the magic, the only magic.
What about micro-influencers? Are they important?
Those are the real influencers.
Or do we need to cooperate only with huge players?
No. I just in my workshop I said, forget the celebrities, don't work with them as influencers because that's not what they are. I think that actually the hyperlocals, the micro-influencers are the real influencers because they are credible about whatever they're passionate about. Restaurant friends or people who are passionate about fashion and makeup and all of these things. There are people who are just using their celebrity status to make money as an influencer. And that's why they're not. And there are people who are really creating interesting content, and because of that, they are famous. Those are usually the ones that have a smaller followership, not 2 million or something, but maybe 5,000, 10,000. But those people that are following these people, they are really interested in the subject. And because of that, they are interested in the person. It should never be the other way around.
So the trust and integrity are
Yes, that's the key, absolutely. And it should come from the proven knowledge of the person about the subject. The trust doesn't come from the personality only, it comes from the knowledge and the way that I'm transporting my knowledge. If I know something very well, people will trust me. It's not my face, it's not my nice body or my bikini or whatever. Of course, wouldn't wear one, but lots of influencers have only a big followership because of very superficial things. I've just said, for example, supermodels. Many of them have a followership that is predominantly male. Lots of male followers. So, should I use a supermodel for fashion? No, because I would lose a lot of my money because 80% of the followers are male. So I should look at people who are really interested about one subject and be known for their knowledge about this.
Okay, what is the future of influencer marketing and how do you see future cooperation between influencers and companies?
There are different ways of using influencer marketing, and I think that all of the different kinds of playing with it will have a big value. For example, if you use the hyperlocals and the micro-influencers, you can use them for small brands and for small businesses that are not able to buy a big campaign, like in traditional media. For a restaurant in Belgrade, you can do an influencer marketing campaign. It's no problem at all.
Okay.
So,
interruption. Okay.
For small clients or to be a separate additional part to a bigger campaign, influencer marketing will be wonderful. And there are also ways of creating long-lasting relationships between brands and influencers, which is a little bit difficult because as soon as the relationship is too close, the trust in the influencer might suffer. So I think the real influencer marketing will always be with the micro-influencers, with the real knowledge people, with the hyperlocals. And either for smaller brands as a standalone, or the only way they can do marketing maybe, or as an additional part of a bigger campaign in order to work towards special target groups, because you can reach them much more better than with traditional media.